You know, the one thing I found interesting about the rap battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar is the cultural angle that was taken from K Dot. Now, we got a glimpse of the cultural implication from Pusha T when he battled Drake a few years ago, but Drake took it several steps further, in a sense, for this particular time frame. Most people will look at Aubrey Graham and say, hey, he's just another black guy from America or the Americas, right? However, when you peel back the layers of his upbringing in Canada, you'll realize that his introduction to quote unquote blackness didn't really come until he realized he wanted to enter into the music industry as a rapper. Drake was raised with his mother, who is Jewish, in a Jewish township in Canada, in which there is a high rate of cultural integration and the racial lines are blurred more so in that area, in that particular province, just opposed to how the racial pride and identity is more pronounced in the United States. Furthermore, there is a high Caribbean influence in Toronto in which they do not identify the same way as so called black Americans do. Now, I'm not saying that Drake is a culture vulture. However, there is very little difference between Drake's exposure to black American and hip hop culture and a Caucasian person from the suburbs of Iowa to said culture. Also, it's clear as Drake was finding himself to solidify his identity as a rapper in the music industry. He studied and absorbed as much cultural cues and lingo to fit into the culture as a staple in the rap game. And, I find it kind of intriguing, though, that he chooses to collect black American hip hop cultural items along the way. As you can see, he has the spinning G Unit piece from the early 2000s, also from the mid to early 2000s, Pharrell Williams jewelry, as well as the Tupac ring he wore when he was alive. Now, to me, it seems very intriguing that he chooses to collect these items almost as he's like an outsider of our culture and he admires our culture from a peripheral view. And to be honest, historically, the main people who habitually collect items from other people's cultural expressions are usually European Caucasians. And so to me, it's apparent that Drake has an affinity for black American culture and cultural expressions because he is actually not of the culture and has been cosplaying as he is from the culture, as almost using the culture as like a mask, so to speak. And even Drake is on record um, explaining that he was raised Jewish. You can even tell from his role as a teenager on Degrassi how his demeanor and verbiage is not of Black American culture. I mean, to be honest with you, he was just a little regular little geeky dude in Canada. Came to America, got some game, and took off in the rap game. Salute to him. But for the first time in history, in American history, Black Americans are gatekeeping our culture, and I'm so glad that I'm able to witness this in real time because we have a lot of people eating off of Black American culture, and they've claimed it for themselves, and they're trying to box us out. And salute to K Dot for holding it down and getting these motherfuckers up out of here. Salute, salute. K Dot is up.